Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. This is the United Agenda. Without wasting any time, we have to jump into the upcoming news, the news that have been floating around the media since yesterday and day before yesterday, and even today. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are watching from. I'm Eric Demian in the United Agenda channel. Let's start without wasting any time. From the news we've been seeing online, we have to analyze some of the things that we've been seeing online. So we'll start from Brian Mboemo, who his deal is still on apparently, and Casemiro is willing to remain in Manchester United. We will also go to see the if we have time. We will also move in and talk about Anthony, who is also willing to move to Rio Betis, and what has been happening, why they move, why the deal has not accelerated. So, without wasting any of your time, let's jump into the show. So, coming from Fabrizio Romano yesterday, we heard he said the deal for Brian Mbomo is not yet off, that Brentford did not reject the second bid from Manchester United, and that the only problem is that they are negotiating on the add ons, on the project of the add-ons, on how the add-ons, what the add-ons will look like and how it's going to be. So, in my own opinion, I think Manchester United are really wasting time about this deal, because if because Brentford has already told them what they want for Brian Mbomo before he could leave. Although Mbomo have made his priority to Manchester United that he only wants Manchester United. However, even if Mbomo says he wants only Manchester United, that does not mean that Brentford will just keep silent and not do the needful to assess the deal. So, however, Brentford has already told Manchester United that that Brentford has already told Manchester United the the price they want for Brian Mbomo. So United wasting time before they put the second bill, or during trying to strategize before they put their second bid. They've been told already, this is what we want, 60 million, 60 million. So, however, it's definitely that you have to reach to that price before Brentford can agree to before Brentford can agree to before Brentford can agree to accelerate with the deal. So that is what is really happening in terms of Brian Mbomo to Manchester United. He's moved to Manchester United. So for me, I would like United to really make this deal very quick. Yes, it's really important. They have to make this deal very quick. They have to accelerate on this deal so that we don't have to wait. We are not supposed to be waiting, because the the transfer we let me say the transfer window is officially open, but mostly the heart of the transfer usually happens from tomorrow or next tomorrow, like from the 1st of July. So we are supposed, since it's about 4 weeks now. David Upstein dropped this news that Brian Mbomo wants Manchester United and he's willing to come to Manchester United. So it's about it's about a month now. So I don't know why Manchester United have been dragging this deal, trying to waste time or what. I don't know if it's because of they want to announce this deal when they are about to announce their second JC this thing. So I cannot just tell. The earlier, the better for us. The earlier we accelerate on this deal, is better. Make it happen. Brian Mboemo, fantastic player, goal and assist last season, and he's been at a Premier League for over, I think, 3 or 4 years now. Fantastic player. I would really love him in that Manchester United squad because he's going to bring a lot. In addition to Matthias Cunha. So he's a really, really fantastic player. So I don't know why the men on suit are really trying. I don't know if it's because of they don't want to start paying his salary because it has been known, it has been written that Brian Mbomo will be earning about 150 grand a week. It's a lot of money. So for someone who is earning, let me say, I'm not sure of the amount he's earning in Brentford, but I know it's not up to 70 or 80 grand a week in Brentford. So from 80 to 150, it's a very big amount of money, and he wants it. He wants that 150 grand a week because for someone who has been in the Premier League for not less than 3 or 4 years now, who has been playing in the Premier League, and at the age of 25, he's at his peak. Brian Mbomo is at his peak at the age of 25, and he has already 4 years experience in the Premier League. So for me, that deal needs to be quick and fast. Bring him in to the squad. Let him mingle with his teammates. I heard on the 7th of July, that is when the players will be returning for their preseason training. So it's really, really important. At least we've gotten Matthias Cunha now. If we should add Brian Mbomo, it's a very, very good idea. Even though I'm not satisfied, even though I won't be satisfied with only these two players going to the tour with Manchester United at the States. I would want like extra two, let me say 4 players going together with Manchester United to the preseason tour. For example, a striker and a goalkeeper, because we keeping Andre Onana is a very risk. It's a big risk. It will be a very big risk for us to keep Andre Onana because this guy has cost us a lot of goals. He has cost us a lot of goals during the past season that we had. So Andre Onana leaving is really, really important. He must leave, even if he doesn't want to leave. Bring in a decent goalkeeper. Goalkeeper. I heard we've been looking at the Atalanta goalkeeper Diego Costa at Porto and Emi Martinez. For me, that Diego Costa will be my first option, but I don't see how we are going to do that deal because he's too expensive. 50 million for Diego Costa. Fantastic player, good goalkeeper. He's my ideal player for Manchester United to go for, but I don't see how it's going to be possible without moving Andre Onana. But my second choice for goalkeeper will be this guy, Emi Martinez, experienced, Premier League proven as well. I heard that Villa are asking for about 40 to 45 million. It's not possible. He has, I think, his 1 year contract left in his contract at Villa. So I don't know how possible it is that Villa will be asking for 45 or 40 million. I think with 20 or 15 to 20 million, they would accept to sell Emi Martinez to us. So in a short term, I will take Emi Martinez, hoping maybe in the next transfer window, we can, if someone hasn't gone for Diego Costa at Porto, hoping that in the next transfer window we can bring Diego Costa to compete with Emi Martinez, since he's about, I think he's 32 now. So he doesn't have such. I know goalkeepers, they usually get to their peak from the age of at least, I think, 29, 30, at that range. So Emi Martinez now, he's probably at his peak now. So in the next two, at least we can get out 3 or 4 seasons from Emi Martinez. So if we can get Emi Martinez, and hoping that no one goes for Diego Costa from Porto, we can go for him. But I don't think I don't think the other teams will be waiting for us to before we can accelerate to the Diego Costa deal, because Man City are keeping tab on that Costa deal, because Edison is like one leg, 1 foot out, 1 foot in. They don't know. He doesn't want to sign an extension. He doesn't want to continue with Manchester, with City. I think he has a 1 year contract left in his contract. So that is how it's going about Brian Mboemo and Andre Onana. So, in my own opinion, I would love Manchester United to get in like 4 players who would go with them at the tour for the US preseason tour. It's really, really important. But as things stands now, I think it will be only Matheus Cunha and Brian Mbomo who would be going to that tour. So, however, however, it won't be a bad idea if we, after going to that, or if we can, I will be happy if we get Victor Gyökeres. We know, we've heard the saga happening with Victor Gyökeres and Sporting, with their president. Today he wants to leave. Tomorrow Sporting wants 80 million euros. Next tomorrow, the saga is going up and down, and we don't know. But however, I see some Manchester United fans who doesn't want Victor Gyökeres. For me, I love that player. I want him to be our striker from next season, starting from the season. I would love him inside that team. Fantastic player, scored so many goals in his last 2 seasons, in the last 2 seasons in the Sporting in Portugal. So I would love that guy to be our main target, our main striker for starting from next season. However, Rasmus Højlund, we've been hearing the rumors from Fabrizio Romano, have been updating us that Inter are keeping tab on Rasmus Højlund. For me, I would love him to stay. Hence, he's not our our starting striker. I would love him to be an understudy of Victor Gyökeres. But if he wants to leave, if Rasmus Højlund have said he wants to leave, I don't have any issue with that. That means we have to look for a younger striker who would learn under Victor Gyökeres. My 2 options for strikers are really Gyökeres first option, and Victor Osimhen as second option. These 2 strikers are my best strikers who I would want Manchester United to go for. Whether we will go for them, whether United will go for them or not, I don't know. But they are my target. They are the players who I would love to join Manchester United. These 2 strikers. So for about Rasmus Højlund, if Rasmus Højlund wants to leave, if he said I want, but from the rumors floating, we heard that he said he wants to stay and fight for his place at Manchester United. fantastic. I love it. Yes, I love such character. I love such mentality. He would love to stay. We know he hasn't been that good throughout last season. He has his up and down. He was absolutely rubbish. Rasmus Hoyland last previous season was rubbish. It was just like we were playing with 10 men. It was just like he did absolutely nothing during our previous season. So, but for him, if he accepts his place, that he isn't the first the starter from starting striker for Manchester United, and accept he wants to be on the bench as a bench striker, like behind Victor Gyökeres or Victor Osimhen, depending on who we are going to sign. I would love him to be an understudy for those two fantastic strikers. So it's really, really important for us to get our striker in for the for the for the US tour. But whether Manchester United will do it, I don't know. I'm not sure because we are absolutely broke. So moving on from the striker point, let's jump into Casemiro. Casemiro willing to stay in the Premier League in Manchester United to run his contract down. This is just, I don't know. For me, I will be happy if he moves on to another club, if he leaves to make create that space for another a younger midfielder who we are going to sign. But him willing to stay, I don't have any issues with that. Is we are only playing once a week in the Premier League, depending on when the fixtures on the FA Cup and the League Cup will start. Normally, is the league, and every league game for this season is supposed to be a final for us. We don't need to. We are supposed to get that at least top five. We'll be hoping that the England English teams will progress very well in Europe, so that at least top five is what we have to be targeting for next season. It's really, really important for us to try and get that top five position. For me, we are not participating in any other. We are not fighting for the league or any other thing. Just get that top five, whether from the Europa League, whether we will qualify for Europe through FA Cup, or we qualify directly from getting top five. But next season, definitely, we are supposed to be in Europe. We are definitely supposed to be in Europe because it will help Manchester United, and it will help Ruben Amorim to get his preferred target players, his preferred players. So it's really, really important we get that European football next season. It's really, really, really important. Excuse me. It's really, really important for us to get that European football next season, because if we do not get that in European football, it will be hectic, it will be chaos. Because seeing the situation of the transfer window now, if we had won that Europa League final against Tottenham, we would have been more better. Our situation would have been more better than how it is now. Although we are not sure of what the Glazers are going to do with that money, that 100 grand we will get from qualifying, winning the Europa League. We don't know if they are going to pocket it because they are bloodsuckers. Those guys are bloodsuckers. They are always taking dividends out from Manchester United. However, but it was gonna be very important if we had won that Europa League final, because we wouldn't have been in this situation we are now, trying to sell to buy. Because what we are trying to do now is sell to buy. After we announce the Brian Mboemo deal, because I know 100%, I know Mboemo will be a Manchester United player. I know 100% Brian Mboemo will be going to the tour to the US with Manchester United for preseason. 100%. And after signing Brian Mboemo, I think our next movement, our next transfer plans will be to offload the other the players, to sell some players so that we can get money and buy extra play. Maybe I think in this transfer window, I would be very happy if we can sign 4 players in the position of the 2 10s in Mateus Cunha and Brian Mbomo, a striker and a goalkeeper. I will be okay with that. I will be okay with that. 4 players for this transfer window, because we are not playing in Europe this season. I think 4 players will be enough to cover the domestic the domestic football that we are going to participate on this coming season. 4 players will be enough for us, even though I would want more, but realistically, I would want 4 players will be enough. So, however, the as after accelerating with the Mbomo deal, we are going to be doing selling off players so that we can have that space. Number one, to bring in some money, and number two, to clear up space for other players to come in. In terms of Anthony, he's accepted to take a pay cut of 30% to move to Real Betis. However, Real Betis have sold like 2 players as of recent, from Fabrizio Romano. I think they've sold like 2 players, and they've gone and bought a player of 22 million. I don't know why they didn't use that money to go for Anthony. They've been saying they don't have money for Anthony. They want another loan deal. How do you think Manchester United would allow such thing? Would allow Anthony to go on another day? He has been a fantastic player for you guys. He really played well for that 6 months he came to Betis. For me, Anthony has been the one, have really added more value to Betis since he went 6 months ago, since he went to Betis. So why are Betis not trying to move quick to sign Anthony? His price is 30 to 35 million. You are not gonna pay excuse me, you are not going to pay upfront. You can pay instrumentally. That is how football is now. Nobody is paying upfront in terms of signing players or doing deals with other clubs. 35 million is okay for Anthony to go to Betis, and you just signed a 22 million pounds player. So does it mean that Anthony is not important to you guys? He accepted to take a 30% pay cut to join you guys. So he's showing ambition to move. He's showing ambition to move to Betis. So you guys have to move as well. The Betis officials, the men on suit, you guys have to move very quick to get Anthony. He accepted to take a 30% pay cut to join you guys. That means he's showing ambition to move. He's really showing ambition to move to Betis. I see no reason why you guys will go and get a 22 pounds player when you've not gotten Anthony. He's supposed to be your number one target because we need that money. That is why I'm saying in aspect of Manchester United position, we really need that 35 million from Anthony. About Jaden Sancho and Marcus Rashford, Ganacho. However, Jaden Sancho and Marcus Rashford, I don't know what is actually. I don't want to comment on those two players. I've got nothing to say about them. About Ganacho, it's really, really important that he has to move on. Jaden Sancho, Marcus Rashford, Alejandro Ganacho. I don't want to see any of them coming back to um, Clarendon, smiling with their boots on their hand, pretending all is well. All is not well. We don't need you guys there. Ruben Amorim have to be very clear to the men on top that he does not need to allow them come mingle with his players because those three players are bad eggs. If we cannot move them on, don't go with them to the top. They have to stay in the reserve and fix themselves. They have to stay there and look for a move for themselves. It's really, really important. Bringing them back, integrating them back to that squad will be chaos. It will be absolute chaos for us. So we don't need these three players to come back to that preseason. They should go with their they should make contact with their agent, make a move. They have to be ambitious. However, Jadon Sancho, from the reports coming everywhere, we've seen that he prefers money than going to another club. He would rather sit at home and play video games and take that 350, or is it 300 grams or 250 from Manchester United for a year before he could move to another club. So it's really, really important that these guys, they have to move on. They absolutely have to move on. It would be a very bad idea to integrate them back into that squad for preseason team because it's of no use of bringing these players back when you are not going to use them. You have to be training the players you are going to use for next season. It's really, really important. Integrating these guys back is not the ultimate. They have to leave the club. They absolutely have to leave the club. So I don't see the idea. I don't buy the idea of them coming back to Manchester to Clarendon. Hence 7th of next month. If they've not gotten a club until 7th of next month, they should remain there. They should remain in their house, not even try to come closer to Clarendon. All in the name of all is good, all is well. Nothing is well. It's not okay. They should remain at their house and sort themselves out. So that is it. This is my own opinion. However, I would love you guys to comment on the comment section what you think about this Brian Mboemo Casemiro staying in Manchester United to run his contract down because I don't see him going any other way. He's going to run his contract down. Accepted. We cannot I've not seen any other club moving for him. We've been hearing Saudi El Nazer trying to move for him. Nobody is sure of that those reports. All I can see is Casemiro will run his contract down in Manchester United, then look for a move on a free. So, guys, comment on the comment section. If you didn't watch live, when you watch after the live video, put your thoughts on the comment section. And please always try to like and subscribe to the channel. This is the United Agenda. Thank you for watching. One love. Peace.